Welcome back, Mike. How can I help you today?
Oh, hi. Yeah. I want to ask about my meeting.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. Just to confirm, I can see your meeting status is set as reminder one, but there's no meeting booked yet. Are you looking to schedule a new meeting or did you want to check on something specific?
Hello, back with me again, Arif. Well, today I want to answer one of the questions from someone. Let's just say someone. She's asking me about, hey, I have like a Google Sheets database, and then how could I make my AI voice agents remember my customer or leads names when they do inbound calls? Right. So I will explain a little bit about how we could do it. First, the step in the blueprint for the inbound calls for memory names is now the inbound call will give the retail uh, send webhook to get the data from make.com, and make.com will check the Google Sheets database. Let's see if that leads exists or not. And then after that, the Make.com will send the webhook back into Retell AI. And then in Retell AI, in your AI agent level, you need to prompt your AI voice agents to recognize the user. All right, so let's get started. I will explain it one by one. So first, I'm gonna go back here to phone number. So there's a change in Retail AI. When you want to get the inbound data, you need to put the webhook in phone numbers, and then in phone numbers, in inbound call agents, you pick your agents, and then you need to add an inbound webhook, and here you need to put your webhook. After that, it will send the data back to webhook here, and it will send the data from, let's say, the agent ID, from number and to number. And we need to create a Google Sheets search row. Um, I'm just saying that probably most of you already use make.com or NXN. Actually, the process is quite the same either way. And in Google Sheets here, you need to filter it by phone number. Now, because we're using a Google Sheets as a database, you need to replace the plus in front. So what they will send is there's a plus in front here, and then you need to replace it into empty string. Oops, sorry. Mm, Replace it into empty string. So what I did is, if you go here, there's a replace function here. So let's say you click, and then in the A here, you put the replace here, and then you need to put the from number because this is an inbound. So it will be user calling to us, and then replace the plus into empty string. That's how you do it. Most of my post-call analysis and other things also using this kind of framework. So whenever I put into Google Sheets, the from number will be, I will like replace the plus in front of the number into empty string. All right, and the limit will be one. That's it. The limit will be one. And save it. And after that, it will search. It will search the database if it exists or not, and then it will filter it by return and see if the lead data is exists or not. So let's say if the data exists or not, how can here I'm gonna label it doesn't exist, and the conditions first is the total number of bundles. So in here, if the total numbers of bundles is one, that it exists, and if it's zero, it means it doesn't exist. Since in Google Sheets I put the limit into one, so if it doesn't exist, I put the text operators not equal to. And here's something that is probably working or not. I'm not sure. Sometimes it works with text operators. But if it doesn't work, you need to change it from text operator to numeric. So numeric operators not equal to. It's the same thing in here in the filter for phone number. In here in the phone number, I put the numeric operators equal to, because I think like it's after like 2 months I use it using text operators, and suddenly it doesn't work anymore. I'm not sure is there any changes in the Google Sheets or is there any changes in make.com. But before I always use the text operator because whenever I save it, I use it as a string, right? But it doesn't work anymore. So if the text operator is not working, text operator here, then you could change it into numeric operators equal to or not equal to. Something here. So here, it's still working. Text operators not equal to one. And then if it exists, then I put the text total number of bundles equal to one. That's how you filter it. And then in the webhook response, let's say if it doesn't exist. So what I put there is the status is 200. 200 is equal to success. Usually like 400 is not success. 200 and 300 is equal to success. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if you use 200, that's totally safe. That's the universal language for success. And then the body, the user will be new lit. And then I put the descriptions. The user doesn't exist in the database. So basically, all right, this is a new person. And if the user is exists, then I will put the JSON data here. You could get it from Retell AI documentations because I'm sure that everyone has a different kind of structure, a different kind of data that they will send back into the Retell AI agent. In here, I put the calling bound dynamic variables. First name is first name, email is email, status is status. I will explain a little bit about my database structure because that's a very important point whenever you create AI voice agents or AI chatbot or any kind of like a business systems. Database structure is a very important things. If your AI agency or let's say if you are someone learning AI and creating AI voice agents or any kind of like business system, if you don't have a very good structure in your database, then it will have a problem later on. Probably not now, probably the next 1 month, probably in the next 2 months. And you need to reconsider either it's going to be a large database or a small database. If you have a large database, then you need to consider using a server. Let's say if you probably Airtable, MongoDB, Postgres SQL. So you need to use a server for that because why? Google Sheets will not handle it. It will just lagging if they have too much data. That's the considerations when you are using a Google Sheets. You don't have many leads. You don't have many customer data. But if you have like a big data, let's say if you're medium or large company data, and you have like let's say 10,000 user data or 50,000 user data, I don't recommend at all using Google Sheets. Be safe. Be safe. Use Airtable. Use MongoDB. Use Postgres SQL. The real database, or probably just use Supabase, the AI database. All right. Use that. You will you will have a very safe future for the next 2 years, 3 years, 4 years from now. It rather than like, all right, oh, I want to keep it cheap. I want to just use a free stuff, and then further the line, when you have like a 10,000 data and 50,000 data, and your Google Sheets will be lagging so much. There will be a lot of problems, and when you try to convert the data into real server database, oh man, that's a lot of work. So be safe from now. Just identify either your database or your customer data for the next 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. is enough with Google Sheets. I could say like under 1,000 will be safe using Google Sheets, but more than that, probably you need to reconsider using another database. Because like people nowadays just saying AI voice agent or any kind of AI system, and they think, oh, it's AI, and then yeah, you can do it with Google Sheets or whatever. But that will have a problem for the line when they're trying to have a scalability for their systems, and then every, let's say every 3 months they need a like a maintenance, or let's say they need some kind of like bugging issues with their system, because like what they're using just because they want to use it as like a cheap options, but not considering the feature, or like how long do you want to use this. So that's a very important point. So the status, meeting date, this is important. So the meeting that I put like a scheduling date here. If the meeting date is empty here, so you could like put the, I'm sure it's in the variable here, the x1. Oh no, in the system. All right, here. So let's say if empty, let's say the date is empty, and then it will change the value as a not book. So that's, let's say if you already have the lead data, they fill in the form or whatever system that you use, but they're not booking, or probably it's already been passed. You could specify here either it's not booked, or probably let's say um uh it's already been in the past, or whatever it is. It's a little bit more complicated how to like set up a multiple kind of like a variable in here. But this is how you do it. I'm just make sure that it's empty or not, because like my system is quite simple. I don't really have like a very complex system in my AI voice agents or in my business systems. I want to keep it simple. And last one is metadata test ID. So I do have like two kind of system. First is a database, which I use Google Sheets, because like I don't have any large amount of users right now. I don't serve like 1,000 peoples now. Probably the leads coming probably a lot, but the real clients will be probably much less. I could say. So this test ID, and then I'm sorry, quite. So after the Google Sheets, I do have a CRM, and then usually in the CRM you have like a user ID or test ID or project ID or whatever the CRM you use, naming it, and then it will send the test ID. This is a very important point. Probably if you already saw my post call analysis, usually whenever like I create a systems for AI voice agents, I have three ways to filter a database. First is by phone number, second is by test ID, third is by email. This is how I did the filtering to make sure that, oh, this is my, this lead already exists. So my AI voice agent systems or my AI chatbot doesn't get mistaken by someone else and creating a double data on the system. Probably here, you could like screenshot it and then try to retype it. And just if you want really clear, probably here already, here call inbound. So call inbound will be here, will be the main one, the main variable. This the second variable will be dynamic variables and metadata. This is same line. And then for the, I would say like the third layer will be, let's say the data itself will be first name, email, status, meeting date, and also test ID. Now we already like cover about the webhook in make.com. You could recreate it, and again I think like the process is quite the same. You just you need to have a little bit technical and add again. Now I'm talking about the database. This is very important and you need to hear it. Make sure that your database is very structured. All right, here. For database itself, the better structure your database have, it will have more, um, I could say like a scalability further the line. I separate between my booking log and lead data. That's why, like, if my systems usually when I'm creating AI voice agent systems or AI uh, chatbot or whatever business system, usually I use a little bit more operations in make.com just to make sure that the data is as well structured. I'm gonna blur this. I'm just you could see like the top the title. So this lead data, there is no double data in my lead data. So this one name, one phone number, one email, that's it. One test ID. This will be the identifier. There is no double data on that one. I always try to make it proof, like a security proof or data proof or well structured proof, whatever you call it, just to make sure that this data doesn't have any double data. And in here for my Google Sheets, I have a full name, first name, last name, Melbourne date and time, Georgia date and time. Sometimes usually because like I mostly promote it in let's say Australia, but I do have a lot more UK, US, and Canada clients right now. So probably I kind of thinking about changing these things, but I'm sure there's a lot of works to change it. Just want to make sure that all right, this need to be proof like very well structured. So I'm still thinking to change it. Jakarta date and time. I'm staying in Indonesia, Jakarta. If you don't know it, Indonesia, Jakarta, probably you know Bali. So let's just say I'm living in Bali. Country and city, company name, website, email, phone number, WhatsApp number. This is still empty, but I'm planning to add this into my systems. Get created. Because like I use ads. I put the platform, campaign name, ad set name, ad name, and then this is how filtered all the data. Either they already booking a meeting, is it a new lead, or call success about a booking failed. Reminder one, reminder two, reminder three, reminder four, reminder five, schedule, call failed, not interested. I do have the same kind of like tagging in my CRM, but I just want to make sure that it's easily filtered too in my database. So I have double just to make sure if there's anything happen to my CRM or if there's anything happening to my database, I will be safe. I have a double backup. And then for the type of call, let's say if it's a phone outbound, phone inbound, is it the lead coming from email? Is it the lead coming from my web? Is it coming from YouTube? And then here is the unique identifier from my CRM. It will be test ID here since I use ClickUp, and then will be call status and booking ID. There will be no double booking or double lead data here because like I put all my booking log, uh, probably like my call log, my voice agent call log here. So let's say if in here there is one people calling me or I'm calling them 3 times, there will be 3 until 5 kind of like data for that person here. But there's only one data in my lead data. In here, same. I think like I put some of the things because I need to structure it well with my dashboard. We have name, phone number, WhatsApp number, type of call, status, country, city, company name, platform, notes, date created, call durations, voice agent call cost, telephonic call cost, total call cost, your sentiments, call successful, book successful, disconnection reasons, desired service, call summary, call transcript, test ID, call ID, recording URL, voicemail. So, like what I said before, identify first the needs for your database. It will have a very big impact in your system. If you are AI agency or AI freelancer selling your service, just make sure your client understands. Let's just say if I met with a lot of like leads coming and they just like, oh, why is it cheap? It's not. I think the competition's either with like let's say the people from other countries and they can sell it cheap enough that I was like, oh my god, that's too cheap. That's too cheap. I'm not sure if even they have like proving systems for the lines or in the long term. Uh, just make sure the needs. Just make sure how many database that you will have. 'Cause that will impact. You don't want like creating AI agent or probably hiring someone creating your AI agents for kind of like, oh, I don't want to spend too much. And then, all right, I'm gonna pay you cheap and probably only one times. Like just say you pay for the build up, and then after 3 months, it will broke. It will have so many problems. You don't have any like. You will be disappointed. This is where I get like, oh, the other guy doing cheap. And then after that, after 3 months, they they're looking for me again, and then it's asking like, hey, can you fix my systems? And there's a lot of work just to fix that. I mean, like, it's better for me to create something from new than just to fix that. It's very messy. It's very messy. So that's the difference. Just be mindful on how you spend it and what the needs and how credible that your freelance or AI agency do it. And probably if you are a business person looking for AI agency, I'm sure you heard every 2 weeks, every 1 month, there's a new update. Let's say MCP is not exist like a month ago. Oh, no, 2 months ago. Probably just like, oh, there's MCP, but we don't really know how to use it. Uh, 4 months ago, 5 months ago, there's no RAG. It's always keep changing. There's always a new systems. It's better to have a maintenance where your AI agency or your AI freelance will update you with the new update and will do a new update for you. Because like AI spaces is just so fast that even for me, I cannot keep up with all of that. While I also like selling my service, I handling my clients, and then I need to learn something new. So that's something to be mindful. All right, that's all for all the talk about the backend and database. Now, after that, it will send the data back here, right? And then you need to go to your agent level. I'm using a multi-prompt here. Basically, like I'm not sure you can do it in single prompt, but probably you could. I don't know. Tell me if someone already tried in single prompt. But basically, what I send in here: first name, email, status, meeting date, and test ID. I will put the prompt here in my general prompt. Use these variables if available. User first name will be first underscore name. User emails. User missing status. User meeting date and time. User test identifications for pulling in and submitting data. And in my prompting here, in the opening, I'll remind it. So use these variables if available. And in the conversation example, I put the if. This will be the logic. If first name is exists, this is how my AI agents will respond to them. Oh, welcome back. How can I help you? Now, if the first name doesn't exist, then probably, hello, FX agency, just speaking. How can I help you? And that's about your service. Just come, I know your name. And if they want to book it, if they want to book appointment or whatever it is, I put here functions, custom functions, just to a new lead here. Custom functions, there will be a new webhook here. I will send the data to create a new lead. It will be like a website. They will ask your website's full name, email, company name, and that's all. So it will send back into the make.com. I will not explain it here. I think like it needs to a bit longer for that. Basically, this is the booking systems. But if they already have like the data, uh, my AI voice agents will, let's say, will create it. Let's say if the user already exists, and then they just need like a reschedules, or probably they want a cancellations. I already have functions for that too. So that's to answer the questions on how to do it. Now let's try it in here. Let's turn around once and use my web here to call my AI agents.
Welcome back, Mike. How can I help you today?
Oh, hi. Yeah. I want to ask about my meeting.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. Just to confirm, I can see your meeting status is set as reminder one, but there's no meeting booked yet. Are you looking to schedule a new meeting, or did you want to check on something specific?
No, I think that's all. Thank you. That's all. How to make sure that your AI voice agents will remember. You can like copy paste it. Just pause for a while. Uh, my video. Probably I will blur a lot of sensitive informations because this is the real system that I use. But some part that is important that you can copy and then you can just like pause it, make it in your Google Sheets. All right, I think that's all. Thank you.